Welcome to Neo Royal, House of Pricey Cardboard. On today's episode of Commander Gameplay, we are joined by our friends MunsuLight and Hugo. This episode, as all of our content, is brought to you by our amazing patrons. A big thank you to all of you and a special welcome to Chris, your Commander mechanic, as well as Lilith for supporting us directly. If you want to support us for free, you can share this channel with your friends or use the TCG affiliate link in the description for your next order. Munsu brought his Octavia Living Thesis deck. This list is half small creatures with evasion and half cantrips to turn them into 8/8s. This deck is pretty hard to build because you need a lot of things to go right to get it going, but I think Munsu did a great job at it. There's also a couple of loots and wheels to help fill up the graveyard and make the commander cost only 2 mana. As for Hugo, he is playing Adeline Resplendant Cathar. This mono-white commander, which seems pretty armless at first, has been slapping us since it got released. The mix of human and token synergies makes for a great aggro list. Kelly is playing another Innistrad legend, Olivia Crimson Bride. This is the optimized version of the deck, looking to cheat impactful creatures from the grave and take extra combat steps for the win. Kelly is also running a good amount of legendary vampires to never lose our board. And for me, I'm playing Shadrix Silverquill. Playing with Voltron, soft Hatebears, and keyword soup, I'm trying to take control of the sky and give nothing back. Munsu's opening hand contains Malevolent Hermit, Cephalid Constable, Our Full Dodge, Tolarian Winds, Mission Briefing, Mystic Sanctuary, and a basic island. Hugo's opening hand contains Talia Heretic Cathar, Keeper of the Accord, Pearl Medallion, War Room, and 3 basic planes. Kelly's opening hand contains Chainer Nightmare Adept, Strionic Resonator, Thrill of Possibility, Sword of Heart and Home, Castle Lockthwain, a basic mountain, and a basic swamp. Going down to 6, my opening hand contains Blight Beetle, Kembal Console of Allocation, Reconnaissance, Pestilence, Isolated Chapel, and a Caves of Koilos. Before we jump into the game, we're currently doing a giveaway for the 2K mark with unlockable stretch goals. The first and easiest prize is at 2K subs and is a white set of oversized dice by Proxylab, perfect for spell table, EDH, or D&D if you like big click-clacks. Starting from 2.2k, there's additional prices, even unlocking a doubling season if we reach 3k. Munsu gets to start this off, and land drops a Mystic Sanctuary. I land drop an Isolated Chapel, while Hugo land drops a Plains. He casts the Hugo Special.
Hey Colin, j'ai même un tour 1, j'avais pas de tour 1 au début, je veux un Resplendent.
Calice! À chaque fois!
Mais c'est ça, voyons, on joue avec Hugo!
Kelly land drops a Swamp and ends turn 1. Munsu land drops an Island and casts Ponder. I land drop a Snow-covered Swamp and cast Talisman of Hierarchy. Hugo land drops a Plains. He casts Pearl Medallion before going to combat. Sarah's Ascendant attack me. But before damage, Munsu casts a Rapids Hybridization on the 6/6 lifelinker.
Ton règne de terreur est terminé.
Kelly land drops a Mountain. She casts Thrill of Possibility, discarding Solemn Simulacrum. Munsu land drops another island and casts Tolarian Wind, discarding 5 cards to draw 5. 3 of them are instants and sorceries. I land drop a Cave of Koilos and cast Reconnaissance. I follow it up with Kembal Console of Allocation. Munsu reacts with a mental note. Hugo land drops a Plains and casts his commander, Adeline Resplendent Cathar.
Honorable tactics are for honorable foes. I'll stab them in the back while they sleep if I have to.
He then casts Selfless Spirit. Heading into combat, the frog comes to me. On attack, Adeline sends a 1/1 to each of us. Kelly land drops a Badlands. She casts Ruby Medallion and pass. Munsu land drops an island and casts High Tide, doubling his mana for the turn. He follows it up with his now 2-costing commander, Octavia Living Thesis. He then casts Reality Chip and a Looter Ill Core. On my turn, I cast Erebos Bleak-Hearted. I go to combat and send Kembal to Kelly. I miss my land drop and pass. Hugo land drops a Plains and casts Talia Heretic Cathar. Kelly, not so down on the idea that her hasty commander would come in tapped, reacts with Tibalt's Trickery. Hugo mills 3 and reveals...
Oh, Monument.
Oh my god.
Non. Hey, fait qu'ils ont flyé, qui est indestructible. Wouh!
on est dans la crotte.
Campbell triggers on both of these casts. With his new very hard to block board, he sends Adeline and a soldier to Munsu, 3 soldiers and a selfless spirit to me, while the frog and soldier go to Kelly. On her turn, Kelly lands a swamp and casts Chainer, Nightmare of Death. Munsu casts Opt. This triggers Octavia, pumping the looter to be an 8/8. He lands an island and then heads into combat, dealing 8 to Hugo. On my turn, I cast Soul Ring, and then Sword of Feast and Famine. Once it resolves, I equip it to Campbell. The geared up advisor attacks Kelly. She discards Pal and Tomber, and I untap my lands. Me and Munsu scheme for a while on how to get rid of Hugo's board, and then we pass.
Bon, on va mettre un autre problème de plus à la table. Adric, Master Tactician.
Oh non.
Ben, on bloque plus!
Hugo goes to combat. He sends everything to Munsu, besides the soldier, which comes my way. Adeline adds 1 soldier each on attack. Munsu reacts by channeling Ottawa Soaring City, returning the Eldrazi monuments to Hugo's hand. Allowing us to block, he then also casts Dig Through Time, making his reality chip into an 8/8. Octavia blocks Adeline, the chip blocks the beast, and Campbell blocks the soldier. Once the blockers are declared, Hugo sacrifices a selfless spirit to gain indestructible, saving his commander. Munsu takes 5 and I take 1.
Yeah,
Ah, de rentrer ta porte, marcheur.
Je me suis déjà débarrassé de
Ouais,
moi.
ça, il a gagné le Selfless Spirit tout seul comme un grand garçon.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Kelly then drops a castle locked Wayne. She discards Terror of the Peak to chain her to cast Solemn Simulacrum from the graveyard. She gets a mountain on ETB and pass. Munsu then drops an island and recasts his commander. For his combat step, the looter deals 1 to Hugo. I then drop a plains.
La meilleure manière de gagner contre Hugo, c'est de le miller.
Ouais. En plus, ça le tilt, fait que c'est comme, c'est pas 2 points.
En fait, moi, c'est vraiment pas parce que c'était la meilleure manière, c'est juste.
Ah, ok, juste parce que ça le tilt.
Ouais.
I cast Pestilence and activate it 3 times, dealing 3 to each players and each creatures. Campbell has protection from black, preventing the damage. I send Campbell to Kelly again. With my now untapped lands, I activate Pestilence an additional time. Hugo lands a Myriad Landscape and casts Keeper of the Accord. Kelly casts her commander, Olivia Crimson Bride.
I can make you dance to my tune like a puppet. Your very blood is eager to obey.
She then heads into combat, sending her commander to me. On attack, she brings back Terror of the Peak, attacking Hugo. At the end step, Hugo creates a soldier. Munsu then drops an island. As I'm slowly becoming the problem at the table, Octavia attacks me. In second main, he casts Docent of Perfection. Then at the end step, I Pestilence once. On my turn, I cast my commander, Shadrix Silverquill. At the beginning of combat, Shadrix gives +1/+1 counters to Hugo, while I draw a card. Activates Pestilence twice. I then go to combat, sending Campbell to Kelly and Erebos to Hugo. In second main, I Pestilence twice again. I then cast Sword of the Animist and pass. Hugo casts Eleshnorn Grand Cenobite. He then sends the Keeper to Kelly. Munsu casts Frantic Search. He then casts Solve the Equation, tutoring for March of Swirling Mists, a great answer to my board.
Ouais, ça, tu fais ça pendant mon tour, puis là, j'ai jusqu'à mon prochain tour que j'ai pas de board.
At my upkeep, Munsu phases out my 3 creatures until my next turn. I then drop a Snowfield Sinkhole and cast Linvala, Keeper of Silence. I equip Faf on it and pass. Hugo recasts Eldrazi Monument. He then heads into combat, sending his 3 creatures to me. Munsu casts Deep Analysis from the graveyard. He follows it up with Murmuring Mystic. For his combat step, Octavia attacks me again. At the start of my turn, I phase back in my creatures. I cast Eater of Virtue and equip it on Shadrix. I also equip Faf and Sword of the Animist on the Elder Dragon. At the beginning of combat, I give an Inkling to Munsu and puts +1/+1 counters on my creatures. Shadrix attacks Hugo while Erebos and Campbell go to Munsu. This combat step was very messy in the recording, leading to a little missplit that does not really change anything. Munsu cast Pungify on Tibalt to save himself, which would have technically killed him, but since Hugo can easily block with Norn, it's not a big deal. On his turn, Hugo only has to recast Adeline and then head into combat, sending the Keeper and Norn to me, while Adeline sends us both an additional 4/4 token, taking us both out of the game. Well played.
Ok, ben j'ai une seule réaction. Je vais tuer Emmanuel! puis je vais mourir.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you're not done watching content, check out our big library of games on the channel with a variety of guests from the community. Take care and we'll see you very soon.